Faithful one, so unchanging, ageless one, you're my rock of peace. Lord of all, I depend on you. I call out to you again and again. I call out to you again and again. You are my rock in time of trouble. You lift me up when I fall down. All through the storm, your love is the anchor. My hope is in you alone. Faithful one, so unchanging, ageless one, you're my rock of peace. Lord of all, I depend on you. I call out to you again and again. I call out to you again and again. You are my rock in times of trouble. You lift me up when I fall down. All through the storm, your love is the anchor. My hope is in you alone. Hello, expressing my views at Gore's Corner. Thank you so much for coming. You're the first one today, and I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I hope your day has been going well, your Sunday, and your family. I hope everyone is good. Thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate you. Thank you. We're just singing and waiting for more people to come in. Okay. Let the living water flow over my soul. Let the Holy Spirit come and take control of every situation that has troubled my mind. All my cares and burdens unto you I roll. All my cares and burdens unto you I roll. Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. Holy Spirit, 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 Spirit. Let the living water flow over my soul. Let the Holy Spirit come and take control of every situation that has troubled our minds. All our cares and burdens unto God we roll. All our cares and burdens unto God we roll. Jesus, Jesus, Holy Spirit, 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 speak to the Father, 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 Father. Hallelujah. Oh, we have more people. It was just me and expressing my views before. Now we have more people. Musisi Kizito, aka Olaleka, is in the building. Oh, Ebu Naija Mama, you're very welcome. Thank you so much for coming. Class captain at Musisi, he came late. No, we're just starting. But yeah, but the captain should be here waiting for others so he can collect the lateness money. Yes. So he can collect the lateness money for people who will be coming late. Thank you. Good evening. Good evening, my dear. Good evening, Ebu Naija. You're very welcome. It's because it must be the tea needs coffee during the teach. It must be the teacher that needs coffee during lessons. Okay. Okay. You're all very welcome. I hope you're having a good Sunday. The weather is still very hot here in the UK. A lot of people are complaining, but I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining, even though I am a menopausal woman and I feel hot, even in cold weather. I'm not complaining because I know it's not going to last. You know, by next week, by end of next week, will be middle of September. I'll be very surprised if this lovely weather passes next weekend. Please remember to like and share. Yes, please. Thank you, Goris. Please, if you can share and like, I will appreciate that. Thank you so much for that reminder. Give me a thumb up as you come in, share the video. We have very important discussions things to talk about today. And even as I was planning this discussion today, something else came up yesterday that needed my attention to discuss today. So we have part today to discuss. We're going to have fun as usual, and then we have important things to discuss, because what is more important in this life without our health, without good health, not just health, but good health, nothing. So we have a very important discussion today. Hey, you're very welcome. Thank you so much for coming. I'm not complaining, I'm mourning. We are mourning about the weather that is too hot. I know. And somebody was saying yesterday, and Rose, before I forget, Rose Ehujo, you're very welcome. Somebody was saying yesterday, we were somewhere yesterday, and somebody was saying that actually they have to, in the UK here, that you know how we all have heating system in the houses as norm, that they should actually have AC, just like they do in America and other parts of the world, that they have AC as a norm, as part of the things you put in the house. Because here in the UK, every house has a heating system. So during the winter, you can set your heating on timer. You can come in the morning and also come in the evening before you go to bed, or whatever way you want to time it. But here in the UK, when it's very hot like this, we don't have anything. There's a fan. I have fan on here, as you can see, but that fan, sometimes I have to open the back garden, so fresh air is coming as well. So I have fresh air coming from there, and I have the fan here, but I'm still feeling hot. That's how bad it can be here when it's really hot. So somebody was saying yesterday that it would be good idea for them to have heating system, what do you call it, AC, air condition, built into houses, just like they have heating system. It would be a good idea, although summer here, the warm weather here don't last for long, but when it's really hot, it is hot. You can hardly sleep. Some sisters have let me read it from my phone, it's easier. Some houses have loft insulation, which makes it hotter. Is that why you are hot? It's very hot. Yeah, we have it as well. We have loft insulation in this house. Maybe that's why it's always hot. Okay, yeah, we have it here. We are sweating under the fan. That's right. Yeah, it's really hot, especially for this time of the year in the UK. In September, we don't have this kind of hot weather normally. in the UK. So that's why we are all feeling it. But trust me, it's not going to last. Very soon it will fizzle out and we'll go back to winter. And then we'll start moaning about that one. Because AA said that she's not complaining, she's mourning. So we mourn about everything. And I tell, as I said before last week, the two periods where the Oyibo people will talk to you in this country, when they will talk to you willingly in this country, are two occasions: when it's very hot and when it's very cold. When they meet you out there, when it's very hot, they will talk to you about the weather. When they meet you out there, when it's very cold, they will talk to you about the weather. And that's it. Otherwise, they don't bother talking to you. Estelle family, aka Niger daughter, you are very welcome to the house. Thank you so much. Thank you everyone for coming. I really appreciate you all. Yeah, we're having more people in the house now. This is the song I woke up with this morning, which I was singing. I think it's only Expressing My Views heard me when I was singing this song, because she was the only one with me initially. Let me sing that song again. Then we pray, and then we can get on with the gist of today. I'll prefer that we don't spend more than an hour and a half. I want us to go straight to the point. Although, when I come to this point, I would like other people's opinions. So it may well be over 1.5 hours. It doesn't matter. But I want us to talk about this issue. It's not something that you have not heard before, but it's something that is happening, and something happened this weekend that has, joggled my mind again, that we need to talk about. I have something else in mind about health, which I'm going to touch on. But what happened yesterday that came to my notice have made me to change my topic for this afternoon, because all of us need to hear it. It's not something that you haven't heard before. It's happening all the time. But why I want to talk about this one is that it hits home. You know, when something happens on social media or even in the news, you hear them and you are like, you shrug your shoulder, oh my God, this is terrible. And you walk up past. But when it comes home to somebody that you know, or somebody that knows somebody, it comes nearer home, and we need to talk about it because it's very sad. It's very sad. But before then, we'll sing this song, we'll pray and commit the day to you as we do it. Before I go into what I've got to say, Linda Nenye, you're welcome to the building. If I forget to welcome anyone, please, Musisi, help me to welcome people, especially when I start talking, so I can flow. Thank you so much, Linda, for coming. I appreciate you. Faithful one, so unchanging, ageless one, you're my rock of peace, Lord of all, I depend on you. I call out to you again and again. I call out to you again and again. You are my rock in times of trouble. You lift me up when I fall down. All through the storm, your love is the anchor. My hope is in you alone. Thank you for joining me, Estelle family, and the rest of them. And I'm sure all of you join me there. Let's sing this one again. You are my rock in times of trouble. You lift me up when I fall down. All through the storm, your love is the anchor. My hope is in you alone. Oh, my sister Nen is in the building. What did Moses say? What did he say? Family, I will be in the background. Okay, sis, that's fine. Thank you for coming. Thank you. Thank you so much. Hopefully you have a wonderful weekend. You have a visitor today at home then. Probably, or she's busy. You know, when when you are a teacher, you have to weekends. Sometimes you have to use it to prep what is going to happen on Monday, and tomorrow is Monday. So I'm sure she's busy one way or the other because of that. Yeah. So let us. I'll sing one verse of this song as well, the next song, and then we can pray and get on with today's business. As the deer pants for the water, so my soul longs after you. You alone are my heart desire, and I long to worship you. You alone are my strength, my shield. To you alone may my spirit yield. You alone are my heart desire, and I long to worship you. I want you more than gold or silver, only you can satisfy. You alone are the real joy giver and the apple of my eyes. You didn't hear this one very well. You alone are the real joy giver and the apple of our eyes. You alone are my strength, my shield. To you alone may my spirit yield. You alone are my heart desire, and I long to worship you. Let's just finish it. You are my friend, and you are my brother, even though you are the king. I love you more than any other, so much more than anything. You alone are my strength, my shield. To you alone may my spirit yield. You alone are my heart desire, and I long to worship you. Let me emphasize on this one because it's part of what I'm going to be talking about. You alone are the real joy giver and the apple of my eyes. I want to emphasize on this particular one. I've sang it 3 times now. God alone is the real joy giver. It's part of what I'm going to talk about today. That's why I'm emphasizing on this particular line. You alone are the real joy giver and the apple of my eyes. God is the real joy giver. I'll tell you, when I start talking, I'll tell you why I'm emphasizing on this particular verse. Thank you, lovely Uju, for coming. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. I know all of you dialing in from America, you and my sister Nen. It's morning over there. Thank you. Where is the swimming pool? These bad students who are interrupting the class. Moses, you are also a disrupting student. You are disrupting the class. You see, you say I'm the teacher. You're a disruptive student. We're going to start finding you. You're supposed to be the class prefect. What did expressing my view say that you're the captain? Yes, the class captain. But sometimes the class captain disrupts the class. When it's hot, you have to be creative. Okay. As we do it, let us have a quick time of prayer and we'll go straight into what we have got to say today, because there's a few things to be said and I want other people's view on this particular issue, because I know all of you will have views about this. There's something else I wanted to talk about, but this thing that I heard yesterday is it's happening all the time, but it has reached home. And I thought, no, we need to share it today. But before then, our gracious Father and our Lord, we thank you. We appreciate you, Lord. We thank you so much for a day like this. Today is the 10th day of the 9th month of this year, 2023. We cannot believe that is this, that of September that we entered the other day is already the 10th. We are so happy. We are so grateful. We thank you so much for making it possible for each and every one of us to see this 9th month of this year. Once we start the Ember month, before you know it, the year is finished. Thank you so much that we are all here, and members of our families and those who are not here. We cover everybody in this prayer, and we thank you that we are alive and well. Because not being alive is one thing, being healthy is another thing. So we thank you so much. Even though we may have one or two challenges health-wise or any other kind of challenge, the fact that we are alive is more than enough for us to thank you. So I pray for all your children gathered here this afternoon or this evening or morning or wherever you may be, whatever time it is. I commit every one of you into God's hand. I pray for people who are going to join us later on this live stream, and people who are going to replay the live stream, because the one we did last week, a lot of people replayed and I got a lot of positive comments. So people replay these things. So we are committing everybody. We are handing them all over to you as well. And those who are going to join us and those who are there here, we pray for everyone. And we ask, oh God, that whatever the situation is, whatever the circumstances we are facing, whatever it is, Father, we should put all our whole trust in you. You are the real joy giver. No matter what people think that they can do for us, they will not give us that real joy, because they will do something for us. They will go out there and broadcast it, or they use it against us. But you are the real joy giver. You don't hold anything against us. You give us freely, and you pardon our sins freely as well. That's why you are the real joy giver. And we thank you so much. Be in our midst as we discuss these important things that we are going to talk about, that you be with us and that we learn from other people's mistakes. We don't want to wait until it happens to us. Like last week, we talked about something about family. We don't want to wait until such a thing comes to us or to our children. We have to learn from other people's mistakes and move on from there. And that is the whole idea of our discussion this afternoon. Be with us as we talk, and be with everyone. For in Jesus' name I've prayed. Amen. Amen. Right, my people. What I want us to talk today, as I say, is something you'll be saying, oh, is that what it is? Yeah, it's common. It's common, but it reached home yesterday. You know how when we are in diaspora, we are always most people anywhere, because some people, especially in this UK, where you have a benefit, they have these benefits. You can not some people will say, oh, I'm better off from benefit than working, because if I'm working, I won't be getting this, I won't be getting that. Some people just go on, although they are clamping them down now, it's no more as easy as it was for you to be on benefit. But otherwise, people who are here, our people, I'm talking about our people now, who are here, they work hard, and they, because of the money and the exchange rate and what it will change to when they take it back home, they tend to work and work and work. And some of the parents back home are not helping. Before I continue, I hope everybody remember to give me a thumb up. Please remember to give me a thumb up and share if you can, so that others can join us, or even if they can't join us now, they can see your share and they can watch this video later. So because of pressure back home, and because of competition back home, because we don't want to give the real joy giver the chance to give us that real joy, we want to do it by all means, to the extent that I have a video coming up that video will come up, I think, on Thursday. It's already uploaded. It's going to come up on Thursday. What happened on that video is part of what I'm going to be talking about today, which is the love of money. People go to all sorts because of money. They do all sorts because of money. And but today, what I want to talk about is this person that passed away. It's so unfortunate. The sad thing there is that This person, this person passed away in another woman's doorstep. He came here and he's been working, and the family, he couldn't, or he wasn't able to, or they don't want to come, or I don't know the full story about why he's here on his own. He's got a wife and children, and he works all the time, working left, right, and center. But the story, when something happens, stories come up, you have to take everything with a pinch of salt. That's why I hardly react on what I see on social media unless I hear it one-on-one, like this particular issue now. That's why I'm talking about it, because some of the things we hear, sometimes I take them with a pinch of salt, because people, even if it's true, it may not be entirely true. People may add their own. So what I'm going to say is the one I know, and the one that was, directly related to me about this particular case. And this person is somebody we know, not know very well, but we know. And didn't have family, 3 children and wife back home in Nigeria. Didn't bring them over. I don't know the reason, so I can't talk about that one. But because obviously the wife is not here, he walks left, right, and center to building some property back home. He does not have a rest, but obviously he decided that, in as much as I work so hard, my wife and children are not here, I might as well get involved with somebody else to be satisfying that aspect of my life while I'm working hard to build this house at home, because people were laughing at him that he's been here for a little while. He's been here for a little while, but still hasn't got his papers. It surprises me that some people have been in the UK for up to 10 years and they haven't still got their papers. And we don't know the situation of why such things can happen. But anyway, so I don't know, because he went from one job to the other, went to this woman for whatever they were doing. Unfortunately for him, as he was coming out of that house, thank God he didn't die, he didn't pass away on top of the woman or whatever they were doing. As he was leaving the house to maybe go to his next job to get more money to send home to be building this mansion, he did not even make it to his car. It became a big issue. You are in this country, or anywhere in the world, actually, even if it's Nigeria, it's a big case. When somebody's just left your house and they passed away, it has to be investigated and all the rest of it. But thankfully, he passed away due to natural causes. It's nothing to do with the woman and all the rest of it. But the sad thing is that this happened, the circumstances surrounding his passing, and the fact that he just did a transfer back home, huge amount of money, told them what they need to build and how they need to build it and what he wants and all the rest of it. He did not end up completing that house. The family back home did not end up, seeing him all the time. And people back home who knew the wife always said that, oh, it doesn't matter, that he doesn't mind. You see, when I talk about money, this woman back home hasn't seen the husband for years, and he's telling his friend that it doesn't matter, that the important thing is that he's building this house. This house that people have used to laugh at us. Look at this, he's coming up, he's building the house. I don't care what he's doing over there. I don't even, we have had our 3 children. Let him just be there. Let's finish this building. Lo and behold, that building never finished. And this woman, her own priority is for him to keep sending the money home, for them to keep building this house. Now, number one lesson, you are working flat out to build this home. You're not looking after your health. That's what brought me to this health talk today. Working around the clock, not looking after your health, leaving your family somewhere else, and you still know that you have to have that desire of a husband or of a wife, but you are apart out of your own will. You just want it to be like that because you have put money in front of every other thing. And unfortunately, this man just passed like that, and God saved the other woman. That if it was a case of postmortem says inconclusive, then they'll be investigating further. But as soon as they did the postmortem, they found out the cause of death. So she was exonerated, and there's nothing anybody could do to her because they are both 2 consenting adults. And whatever they have been doing is nobody's business. That's how the law is. But the important thing is that he he did not die or pass away of anything that is suspicious, because the other woman would have been in big trouble. So what am I trying to say? If this person had taken life easier, I don't know, maybe the way I'm seeing these things or looking at this money is so different from other people. But this aspect of people building a home at home and living like, because he went to that woman, according to the story again, that where he was patching with somebody, he didn't want to rent a full flat, maybe even if it's one bed. I didn't want to do that. He's patching up with somebody so they can share the money so that he doesn't have to pay too much. So he barely has anywhere to lay his head. But he was building, from the story, was building a 6-bedroom big house back home, and he's just living like whatever. And when you tell people this, they will say, oh yeah, let me just finish that, let me just finish that. We have instances of people who always go, oh, let me just finish this building, let me just finish doing this before I can do this. Who told you that you have tomorrow? Who told you that you have that life ahead of you? So it's very important. I'm not saying to people not to work hard. I'm not saying to people who think that they have to build mansions back home when they are living in a sort of rat hole, so to say, here in the UK. When you see some of the condition of places people live here, and then when you go to back home and see what they've erected in their villages, you wonder, what is your priority? You know, are we getting our priorities right? There's been a story as well of somebody doing the same thing, doing this taxi thing back to back. Then during the day, then in the night, he does the taxi work. During the day, he goes to do a cleaning job and other small jobs to make ends meet. So you're working during the day, you're working during the night. What time? Because he was also building at home. In the other person's case, he finished the building. This one that just passed recently did not finish the building. Even the money he sent, the huge amount of money he sent after working himself flat out before going to enjoy himself for 1 minute or so with other woman, and before he passed away, you know, the money he sent home never even reached home properly before he passed away. And it was just like a big shock to everyone. And the other one that passed finished the building and everything, and they were all praising him. Yes, you are now doing like other people over there. Other people over there, you don't know what other people over there are doing. You don't know how they are earning their money. So this other one, doing this taxi thing in the night, early hours of the morning, the last, I think it was his last job for that morning. He was trying to help the person to get something from the boot of their car, and he slumped at the back of that boot of the car. They thought maybe he was feeling sleepy. He was gone. Good question. Yeah, what is the priority? We have to get our priorities right. People will say, well, but we need money. But that's why when I hear some of these young people, ladies in particular, saying, oh, if the person don't have money, I'm not interested. And then I wonder, what actually is your priority? All this money. Money has led to what I'm uploading in my next video. When I heard that, it made me sick. I have to upload that video to ask us mothers, especially, to ask us mothers, especially mothers like myself who have got sons. What is our priority? Well, that video will come. You see it on my channel because it's disgusting. It's not something I want to talk about now. So this other person has already finished the building, but he has never been home to see that building because he hasn't even got proper papers to be working here. He was doing this and doing that with other. I don't want to say everything on this live stream today. So when he passed, he's finished the building, massive, wonderful, beautiful, back home. But he only saw the pictures. He were planning, we are hoping that he will get his papers properly by the following year. And he's going planning all these big things that he's going to do to open that house and show them that, yes, people are talking to me about, I've been abroad, I haven't done anything, I've achieved it now and everything. You've achieved it to your own detriment. So that fateful morning, he was just helping somebody out to get something from the boot of his car when he was doing the taxi thing, and he slumped in the boot there. They thought he was just maybe feel tired. No, but he was gone, and that was how he passed. And the unfortunate thing is that house that he built, that he was looking forward to going to open the following year. That's what I'm saying to people. People are planning about next year. We're planning about next week. We don't even know whether we have tomorrow. That's the sad reality of life. Over these last few weeks, we have had a lot of people slumping here and there, both here in the UK and Nigeria. It's happening a lot. It happened sometime. I uploaded a video. Now it's happening again. This last week, we heard about how many young people. When I mean young people, anybody who is 70 and below, to me, is a young person, just passing like that. And then the reason cannot be explained. But it can be explained because people are not caring. People are not getting their priorities right. So this man I was talking about, this one that happened a while ago, he hasn't got any papers, he hasn't got anything, and all the things he had, he's taking them home to build that big house. So he hasn't really got anything to his name, and there's no valid passport to take him home. So the state have to do what they've got to do for him and cremated him. He was just cremated and his ashes thrown into the river here. That was his end. Now, if these things do not teach us lessons, I wonder what will teach us lessons. All this accumulation of wealth, by all means, I heard that back home now that young men are doing something that they should not be doing because of lack of money. And when you ask them, they will openly say to you, what do you expect us to do? What do you expect to? I finished from university 3 years ago. I've been applying for a job and there's nothing. And they openly will tell you what they're doing. That's what I heard. It's no more something they hide. And they'll tell you, if you have any better option for me, let me know. So the whole situation is sickening. It's so sad. We need to be more prayerful because it's affecting one person that this affected his son back home. Is the last person I would think that this kind of thing will come to. But he did, because he just followed, he just like this prayer, mom and dad, all the prayer. We've gone to all the churches in this world when I was growing up. What have we got to show for it? He confronted the parents. What have we got to show for it? And he openly just joined the other way. Parents were lamenting and everything. And he said to them, we have, since for as long as I've known, you've taken me to church. We have prayed at home. We have done all, you told us all the right thing. You showed us all the right way. What have we got to show for it? That's what this young man, and the parents are just looking at him. So the thing is, when a child confronts you with that kind of question, as a Christian parent, as a parents who really brought your children up in the fear of the Lord, you don't have to lack words about what you have to say. Sit the child down, sit the adult down. Because this one is not adults, and a grown young man now questioning the parents, I have to do this. You people are suffering, I am suffering, I love you all. I know you don't want me to do this, but I'm going to do it. He told the parents, and they were all over the place, and that was not a time to cry. I know it can come as a shock to any parent that your child will tell you, I'm going to do this or that, and you know that it's very, very wrong. But they're telling you that they have to do it because they have no other option. As a mother, what would you do? But these parents, obviously, I don't even know what I will do. That's why I never condemn anybody. I never say, oh, you should have done that or you should have done that, because it has not happened to you. One of my sons, by the grace of God, had come to me, confronted me and said, Mom, or so, Dad, I'm going to do this because of this. So I cannot say, you should have done this, you should have done that. What kind of mother are you? No, we must not. And I repeat, we must not, under any circumstance, condemn anybody or blame anybody, either our friends or other parents, for what is going on or going wrong in their families, because we don't know until we get there, until we get to that situation. Then we'll know how we're going to handle things. Some parents will say, if my child comes and tells me that they are now, this thing now, and there's two Igbo guy in Canada, it's been going on social media, that if my son come and tell me this, oh, I'll delete myself, oh, I can't survive. Keep quiet until it happens to you. We just have to be more prayerful. But the child tell to the parents, I have never seen parents who pray more than you did. We have been to every church, every single Sunday. If we miss church, it's like we have missed heaven. What have we got to show for it? But that does not mean that God is no longer there. What it means is that sometimes we can be tested. Have we gone through what Job went through? It still boils down to the fact that we don't get our priorities right. Yes, things might be hard. Though it tarries, it shall surely come to pass. But we're in a hurry. We want it. What will happen in next year, let it happen today. That is what is putting a lot of people into so much problem. And that is why a lot of people are passing away. And that is why people are just being deleted and people suffering all kinds of ill health. They have so many health challenges because people don't care about their health. All they care about, how do we make this money? I'm not saying my money is not good, but it's not by all means. It's not by all means. Let me read some comments and then I'll drop the link and then we can continue. Whenever I think about your home address, I always change mine. It's walking away. Good question. What is priority? Yeah. Sometimes the advice that people are given that causes some of these problems. Exactly. Advice and also conforming. You want to conform. You want to belong. You want to be like my mates. That's part of the problem we're having. Oh, Gift, Onoha, you're welcome. You came when I was talking. Thank you so much for coming, Gift. You're welcome. Estelle family, thank you for coming. Some people, okay, Mrs. already welcome you. Some people believe that it is a must to build back home. Yes, that's a big error. This building back home, I don't know. I don't know what else to say about that because anyway. Oh, Laurentia, you're here. Thank you so much for coming. You're very welcome. Thank you for coming. Yeah, Musisi already welcome you. I hope there's no other person here. I already welcomed Rose before. Yes, so yeah, it boils down to the fact that a lot of these things happening because people want to. It's not even that it's a must that they have to build, but it's because of what people will say. What people will say have led a lot of people to their early graves. And when you get to that your early grave, people will still say, so which one is better? Is it not for you to be yourself and let them say? Because even if you do for them not to say and you work round the clock to build that mansion, maybe you complete it in 3 months or 6 months, they will still say, they'll say, yeah, what kind of job is he doing that he's able to complete this house within 3 to 6 months? Emeka, who started his own last year, he hasn't yet completed. He's already completed his own. So which one? So there's nothing you will do to please anybody. So the best thing is to be you. This building of properties back home is causing a lot of problem and continues to cause a lot of problem. I know somebody who is regretting now because where they're living here in London is nowhere to write home about. They have 3 children and they're putting all those 3 children, including a girl, it's one of the children, it's a girl in one room and they're using one. But they have, I don't know how many rooms. He said that the house they built in the village is about 8 or something like that. And every one of the rooms have got their own toilets and bathroom. Let me say it in Igbo. People who can hear Igbo, let you understand. Meaning, I don't even know how to translate it in English. What nonsense. You got your 5 of you in 2 rooms here in the UK, and you just built 8-bedroom house in the village, and you only visit once in a while. And once that you took your children there, you said that they don't like the place. They don't like this. Because maybe the way you are talking to them about home, they didn't like it. Now, who did you build that? Why 8? Why 8 rooms? What are they for? Now, the person is regretting. When people come with me, they better not come to me anyway, because I'll tell you exactly how I feel. So why are we not getting our priorities right? I would have captioned that as my topic for today. Why are we not getting our priorities right? What is wrong with us? What exactly is wrong with us? What is this about my mates, that person, and mothers like me? Mothers, please, I'm not talking about just parents, but I think it's mainly mothers, but parents like me with grown-up children, stop bothering your children. Stop using others as an example to tell them about the houses they have built, because you don't know whether those people that build that house is one of the people that I talked about in my video coming up, that went to get money by all means, and they told him the horrible thing that he has to do to get money, and that is to have intimate relationship with his mother. And within 3 months, he had loads of money and he erected house in the village. You don't know whether he's one of those people. And you're comparing them. You don't know how people are making their money. People are so desperate now that somebody can be told something like that and they went that low. And the mother, I mean, a mom of boys, you come and tell me that they told you that you have to do what to get what? And that if you don't do that, they will delete you. Let them delete you then. I'm sorry. Yes. If the training I give you is not enough for you, that you have to go sleep that low, and you want me to go that low, to go to that low hell with you because you are my son. No, that video is coming up because it's only an 8-10 minutes video. I just want to mention it. Yes, very desperate people, would you? I just want to mention, just to tell you, give a little bit of an idea of how people are making some of this money that they're making. And people are looking at them sheepishly. And parents like me are comparing their own children. Look at what Ikechukwu have done. Look at what that other person have done. You don't know you don't know whether they're one of those, whether that woman is one of those that the son is doing whatever with her. And she's happy with that because it doesn't matter. They will shrug their shoulder and say it doesn't matter. Of course it matters. I see you just saying welcome to Nemuzo. Have I missed Nemuzo coming in when I'm talking? When I'm so passionate about what I say sometimes. I was very calm since until I come to this. People saw how calm and cool I was to talk about this unfortunate thing that is happening until I come to this young man and the mother. I did. Nemuzo, you're very welcome. Nemuzo, oh, thank you so much for coming. Nemuzo, you're so welcome. Okochicho Ijia, you are very spot on, Nemuzo. Okochicho will kill us in Ogene. What am I hearing? That you have to do what? And the mother obliged because they don't want your son to be deleted. What a mother. Shame on you. There are things I hear, and it just Bikonu, let this kind of people passing away left, right, and center that we hear all the time, and it's happening more now, to the extent that a son will come to the parents and say, this is what I'm going to do. It's not your fault. You raised me up so well. You did this, you did that, and the next thing, but it's not working. I'm going to, out of your way, to go and do this. What will you do as a mother? Because that is new thing that I just heard that's happened recently to this family. Situation of things are very bad, especially back home. But are we going to succumb to this kind of thing, mess? All this whole chicho, we need this. What you get next year, let me have it today. Why? Why are we doing this? Destroying our families, destroying our lives for the sake of money. Many are not patient. No, many are not patient. You know, I say that, I've mentioned that before. You know, when I hear some of the younger ones now talking about, oh, why am I going to go to a man who has got no money? What am I going to be doing with him? So you're not even prepared to work together. And when a man knows that the reason why you are marrying them is because of their wealth. They'll deal with you. They'll give you that money. Oh, yes, because they know who you are and what you want. They will give it to you. But is it all about money? How about your peace? Honestly, peace. I can't exchange peace for anything. I'd rather struggle with you gradually. One day, it will be fine. It will be well. It is well, it is well. It is well with my soul. It is well. It is well with my soul. Money is not everything, my sister. Money is not everything. But younger ones, some of the younger ones don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear that, and I laugh at them. And later on, they will regret. Like that particular young man in question, he was crying. I don't want the money anymore. I don't want to continue doing this with my mom. I don't want the money anymore. All the houses I've built with this money, please, I want them to take it. I don't want the money anymore. They told him that it's too late. You see? You see? It is well with our souls. Once we take our time and don't go ahead of ourselves, no matter, I've been there. No, when I say to people, we've been in this UK longer than we've been in Nigeria, we did not come with gold, everything. Although when I came into the UK in the 80s, my thinking at that time, or when I was coming, when I come here, everything would be what I was thinking, what I had in my head before I left Nigeria in the mid 80s wasn't what I saw when I came. The suffer. I call it suffer then, but now then was better than what is happening now. Then we managed ourselves. I said it before. You know, chicken drumstick, we cut it into 3. I'm not ashamed to say that, because that was where I was. I'm no longer there. If I want to eat 2 whole chicken on a daily basis now, I can afford to do that. But that's not my priority. But then we did it with happiness, with joy. I wasn't complaining. I wasn't telling my husband what is all, because he came like 6 months before I joined him with our first baby. I would have said, is that Obodo Ibo? What is this? You should have told me now so I can start. No, I happily joined him. We managed. If it means going to the thrift shop to get things for our children, initially we did. Later on, I could walk into Marks and Spencer, could walk into any children's clothing shop and get things for them. But if I had come initially and started fighting with him and say, what is this? What is all this? No. We started. I joined him happily. Cutting those chicken, doing that, bringing up those children, doing this now. If you had come because of that and I kept pushing him, go and do what others are doing. Leave the children with me. Yeah, go and do. Let me manage them. Go and just do whatever. Maybe we would not be where we are today. So, Biko, please, these kind of stories that we hear all the time about people doing unusual things to get money, let us please stop. Let us learn from people's example. My spice in the building. My spice, you're late. Others may be allowed to come late, but not you. But I will let you off. And you know why I'll let you off. Because nothing you do will make me to be angry, especially in the situation of things. It is well. It is, let me use the English Nigerian people use. It is well. Each time you talk to me about something, say it is well. It is well. Spicy, you're very welcome. Thank you, my dear, for coming. Happy to see you here. Thank you. When I was preparing to come to Finland, I thought abroad life would be living in heaven until I got here and saw things by myself. Thank you. Good and honest well started from the bottom. Thank you, Nemozo. Honestly, from the bottom. You work together to, you do, and there was no morning at the time. Even though my expectation when I came was not what I saw, because just like Rose said, I was coming, hey, Obodo Oyibo. Yeah, what I was expecting when I came. Hey, you see, again, you know? And then we started working together, doing it, that, and everything came together. Yeah. From there, you bought the first house, you sold it because it's too small. You bought a bigger one. I said, me, buying the first house that was in Scotland. And then from there, gradually, why can't we try to crawl, to walk, learn to walk and balance before we start running? Why must we come out of the womb and want to run? Because that is what is happening now, and that is why people are destroying their lives. Why can't we be ourselves? My growing up, I call it growing up because I would say I was growing up. I came in when I was in my 20s, so I call it growing up. Growing up in Scotland, then I have this particular lady. I won't forget her. It's an Igbo lady. When she will wear this watch and she will start showing me how much it costs and how much I don't even recognize cheap or expensive watch. I'm sorry, that's not my priority. Once I'm able to see the time on my own clock, it's good for me. So when she was maybe trying to show and I didn't take any notice and genuinely did not take any notice, she had to tell me. And she started by saying, don't know, this is my husband, Seth. I've always told him not to be bothering himself, wasting his money. And he knew that we are just struggling and trying to balance. And he just spending all this amount of money. And maybe I didn't ask him how much. That one wasn't enough. She now told me how much. And that it didn't faze me. If it's one of these people that don't know who they are, they will go and start telling the husband, look at these people that we all came. In fact, we even came before this lady, we came before them. Who knows who even gave her that watch? Who knows whether it's her husband or not? Even if it is, do I care? Was that my priority? Watch? No. It's making sure that my children are well fed and well looked after, and my husband is doing okay with what he's come to do, and I'm fine. That was my priority. You see where her own priority was. That watch she was trying to showcase to me, which I was not interested. Some women will go and start fighting their husband. Look at the rubbish watch I'm wearing. Look at my... Then problem will start. I was so young and naive then. I was still in my 20s. So I would have had that kind of mentality. But I refused to, because I know who I am in Christ. I know that these things it's not the end of the world. What is watch? Who is talking about watch when I'm talking about raising up my children? All these things will come when they will come. Get your priorities right. Don't let what others say or show you. Maybe it may be their watch, it may be their hair. Now people are wearing human hair and everything. It may be their hair that tell you how much it costs. Fine. Fine. Let them get on with it. You have your own priority. I thought I was coming for only enjoyment. Did I see how you just comment there? Coming for only enjoyment. Honestly, we all had that impression when we are coming abroad. What it was just in fact, the night or 2 nights before I left Mohammed Murtala Airport, I have all these things in my head. What it's going to be like when I landed in Heathrow, and then came out. I was looking, and then we eventually went to where we now live. I'm like, hey. Apart from the fact that there's 24-hour lights, roads, everything, but that thing you have in mind, it's not that it's not good. Obviously, it's a fantastic place, but the mentality we had then, you had a connection with somebody here today. Okay, Linda. Yeah. The mentality we have coming, and some people still have that kind of mentality. When they come now, instead of now taking it that, oh, this is what it is. Let me now support my spouse. Let us do what we've got to do. But they don't want to know. They still want to be living like people who have been here for years. They start looking at other people. And that's what causes lots of problems. A lot of people are having problems now in their relationships, in their marriages, here in the diaspora, because of all this comparison, looking at other people and people who are building house. Because all these houses we are building in the village, some of these people who are building this, even if assuming you go home twice a year, most people don't go for 5 years, 2 years. But for argument's sake, assuming you know often, you go twice a year, is that enough to keep 6, 7, 8 bedroom house and be living in 1.5 bedroom here with 3 children? Make it make sense to me. I asked this person because they complained to me. You know, the mistake you make is to complain to me. Hey, if you complain to me, I won't. I will use my wisdom. You know, we're talking about wisdom these days. I'm coming up. I thought I finished with wisdom. There's one that came up to do with husband and wife relationship. Somebody actually brought it to my attention that we need to talk about this, and I found a lot of things to talk about. So we're still coming up with wisdom. So with my wisdom, I have to say to the person how I feel about the whole thing, and it's the way what I've been saying since about this building property at home. Thank God that we have where we lay our heads when we get back when we go to Nigeria. So the person will not say you're being jealous, but that's another thing. When you try to advise people, sometimes if they think that you don't maybe have up to what they have, they think you're being jealous. But when I talk about building at home, nobody will think I'm being jealous because we have somewhere to lay our heads when we get back to Nigeria. And that's all I'm going to say. And that we have it does not mean that we worked ourselves flat out to go and erect that building and leave it there until we visit every other year or every year. No. Maybe the last time I went to Nigeria, you all saw our setup. That's us as a family. But all this, my husband, there are 3 of them sons left now. This one will put their own 8 bedroom. Oh, your own is 6 bedroom. I'm going to do 8. This one puts 8. That one will say, 8. Me, I'm even living abroad. You put 10. There's comparison, even among brothers. Competition. I think I saw somebody wrote competition there. My eyes just went on comment that says competition. That's what comparison. Yes, comparison and competition. Even among siblings, even amongst brothers. Why, even people who are just 2 brothers, why can't you and your brother expand that compound, build that house, and contain all of you? There's only 2 of you. In our own case, my husband is the first of 5 sons. Unfortunately, he's lost 2 of his younger brothers. There's 3 of them left now. We are all in one big place. By the grace of God, very soon we'll visit home again. I'll do some village video, if you have forgotten the one I did before, just to see where we are. And we are happy. We are happy. We go there. How many times do we go? Even when we go to the village, highest 8 days, 9 days, 2 weeks. But we have never spent 2 weeks. We have spent 2 weeks or 3 weeks in Nigeria, but not in the village. And we've all gone to our different areas. So why do we have to do this? Why are people competing? Why are siblings competing and even damaging themselves, destroying the other person's life? Siblings, and I'm not talking about cousins here. I'm talking about siblings. Because of all this, because of this money thing, because of building, because of acquiring wealth, siblings are destroying siblings. There's one that happened with our close friends. We all went home to celebrate Christmas that year. We all came back in January. They just finished completing their building. I will not say the name of the village in Anambra State, very close to Onitsha. They finished completing their building and everything. That was their first visit on that property. We all came back in January. He told us that he's very unwell. He doesn't know. He thinks it's malaria to start with. I have to tell these stories for you people to know things are happening. I'm not asking you not to build in the village, but Biko, let us do it with sense. Stop comparing with others and stop competing. Because competition was part of what happened in this story I'm going to tell you now. We all went home and came back in January. When he came back, he phoned us. He said that because something happened in our own family, that they came for condolence visit to us in the village that year. When we all came back, he said that I know we saw in the village we still want to come and see you here in London, but since I came back, I don't know, I think it's malaria. We said to him, don't worry. We all saw in the village, whenever you feel better, we'll see. That was in January. My lovely people, by 22nd of February, it was gone. That thing he thought was malaria went from malaria to all his organs. Every major organ in his body failed without the doctors here in the UK knowing why. All the investigations carried out, we are saying, they were telling us, but we are in the hospital all the time, we're very close. We travel from where we are to where they live, over an hour plus. Almost every other day, we are traveling to go in the hospital. Every time he will come, situation will be different. And because the doctors told that I'm in the medical, and I said to them, I'll call them aside and say, what actually is, even the wife is also in the medical. So I asked, what actually is wrong with him? What did you people find out? And they said that it's baffling them, that they have not seen anything like this. My people, lo and behold, we believe in God, but all these forces, we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, but against principalities and powers, and against spiritual wickedness in high places. They exist. Even though we say, oh, nothing like that will happen to me. Yes, but they do exist. So we have to be very prayerful and arm ourselves with that sword, which is God, the sword of God. Arm yourself, because it happened. With this, our friend, we never, myself and my husband, we are one of those people, these people, nothing like that. But with this, our friend, since that day, we started believing that these things are real. When the doctor said that they don't know, that they've never seen anything like this, lo and behold, in those days, it breaks my heart to be talking about my country like this, but it has to be said so we can be aware. In those days, when they want to give you something to delete you, they'll give you something, a wall it's foam in your mouth and you pass away and they know, he ate in that person's house. They hold you. Now, our own technology is in bad things, in horrible things. They now know how to do it to you, to gradual. They call it gradual delete. That's what they did to him. I don't know how they do it. I don't know how they do it. So that thing that started like malaria, now when we went, he'll be shivering, he'll be feeling hot, he'll be feeling cold. The next day will come. The next thing we knew, he was in life support machine. All the organs have failed. He's now in life support. They are now doing the what? But the doctors were still baffled. Every organ in his body failed. The day that they said, you know what? These machines, there's nobody there anymore, just the machine. It has to be agreed that everything will have to go. Although the wife refused, that he really want, and eventually, I think they didn't stop it. Everything stopped. All of us were in the house, everybody crying. They have four young children. That was how his life was deleted. Now, let me tell you why I believed that he wasn't just normal. One, from the doctor's report, they couldn't find anything. Then, that particular morning, when this thing happened, we all ran again to the house to be with the wife and the family. A phone call came from their village. I'm not going to mention the village. A phone call came that same morning that he passed. And that person said, I want to speak to so and so, the same man that died, that passed away. He said he wants to speak with. And when the wife, in her tears, asked who that was, they told them, he said, oh, he just did her hand like this, meaning tell them that just dismiss him. And after he was dismissed, and I was asking her why, he said it's one of the people or the person that they're suspecting that had hand in what happened to her husband. Now, they were monitoring him in their spirit realm. So they told him that it's done now, that he's gone now, that they were fighting in the hospital, thinking that he's gone now, and he phoned to confirm I'm not talking about something that I was told. If this was a story, I won't be telling you. It's something that we are part of, myself and my husband. We are there when that phone came. And he asked to speak to this man. He has been unwell from January that we came back from Nigeria to February 22nd. Why is that February 22nd is the day you are going to call? Why did you not call all the while? Yes, Versatile. Oh, Versatile of Francis, thank you for coming. Yes, they exist. Before, I don't believe, honestly. People will have like, oh, but with this our friend, now what anybody tells me now, I know they exist. And why did that man have the boldness to call that same day? Just because they have confirmed to him in their coven or wherever they belong that he's done now, that he's gone now. He phoned to speak to him. What boldness! They don't even have any remorse. People don't even care anymore. These things don't even bother them. So that big house that was built, that from they call it a penthouse. Now from the penthouse upstairs, you can see what is going on in Onitsha. That was it. Another thing that confirmed that they did this to him was the man's sister. One of the sisters was in a taxi going to Onitsha for something, and other women were there and were all lamenting, saying, hey, oh my God, people are wicked. Oh, this man that lived in abroad and came back, and look at how they just deleted him. Then the taxi man that was carrying them said, hey, let us hear word. Which man that lived abroad? They build that kind of house, and but when they come back here, they don't give anybody anything. Hey, that was another confirmation. You see, they don't give anybody anything. They build that kind of house. So there are many things here. You are building that house, where people are building, it may be to their own detriment. Because if you're building and you're very stingy, you don't give them in the village. One day when you come back, they will look for you. Even if you give them, they think they're not giving them enough. So you can't even win. You can't even win. So he built, like others are building, it's a problem. You didn't build, it's a problem. So why can't you be yourself? Yes, very bad. Why can't you be yourself? Because if you do, if you don't do, so that was how he ended. And another sad thing, as soon as the wife and the children left that property, and I'm talking about nearly 8 years ago now or so, they have not been back. That house that they built, this lady in question worked, say a nurse, she worked around the clock to make that building happen. She has not been there again. It was a younger brother who they are also, younger brother to this late man, who they are also suspecting that himself and the wife were part of this deal. They are balancing in that house. That's where they live now. Now, come on. What are we talking about? That's where they live now. His brother is gone. The wife and the children are nowhere. The children don't want to hear about that village anymore. Now, how many examples have I given here today? Don't get me wrong. Some people have done it. They've done their mansions. They're enjoying it. Once a year, twice a year, they go there. They enjoy with their village people and all the rest of it. Fine. Some people build these things and they're still very comfortable. I know people in America. I know one person, they call him, who's not your no, but the who is like a chichi. No, my sister said, yes, this man had big mansion in America and very big one in the village. I'm not talking about these people. No. So don't get me wrong. I'm not talking about people who are comfortable where they are and they think that they have to do something like that in their village. Why not? I'm talking about people who are working themselves flat out here in the diaspora, not living a decent life, not eating proper meal. Their health is at risk. They can't sit down and cook proper meal. They are going from one job to the other. I know a lot of them. They go from day shift to night shift and back to day shift. When do you sleep? When I go on nights, when I go on my break, they normally give us 1 hour break. If you see how they'll be explaining it to you with happiness, they normally give us 1 hour break. I normally close my eyes. You normally close your eyes for 1 hour break, and that's enough for you to now go on day shift. You see people suffering all sorts. There's so many things. People are being diagnosed with all sorts, and they'll have some symptoms. They won't go to check it out because they haven't got the time. They need to cover that shift they have been asked to do. They're going from one shift to the other. They don't want to let their people back home down. They don't want to disgrace their generation, because their parents are telling them that every other person are building in our village now, it's only our house, so that is the old house. If you come out and look at everywhere is new houses, and they're all upstairs for women who don't even, their knees are all knackered without asking of upstairs. Because if you build bungalow, apparently back home, if you build downstairs, which is what they call bungalow here, they will laugh at you. Hey, Chineke. They will laugh at you that you build a bungalow. And then come here in the UK. I don't know about US. You're here in the UK, bungalow, that's where we are moving to. A bungalow, because bungalows, everything is on the same level. That's what we want to do now, because we're not getting any younger. And I want everywhere to be on the same level. Here in the UK, bungalows are more expensive than duplex or whatever upstairs, like what we have now. Bungalows are more expensive. But back home, they say that if you have bungalow, they'll be laughing at you. Is that what you can build? Bungalows are very expensive here. Thank you. At least AA, who is in UK, is confirming what I said. We are looking for bungalow. We are going for bungalow now. And we thought, my goodness, where we are now, but it's up and down, is a lot cheaper. But back home, people are building upstairs because people laugh at them that they have bungalows. Who did this thing to us? Even if bungalow is cheaper, who cares? You have a roof under your head. You have those 3 basic needs of human. Some people are sleeping rough here in London. You have a bungalow, you have a house over your head, and they're saying that it's only a house that is downstairs now. Everybody in the village have got upstairs. That's a very old woman talking, whose knees are all, when she's walking like this, and she's talking about upstairs because of what people will say. I don't know who did this thing to us. We have to keep talking about this thing, whether, even if it's only, how many of you or us here, if we can just share it with other people, it's enough. Let us keep talking about this thing, because lives are being wasted because of Oko Chicho, because of my mates, because of my friends. That person. Why can't you be yourself? Shout out to you, Be Yourself Dynasty. That's our YouTube channel. Why can't we be ourselves? Must we belong? Must we do what others are doing? It even happens here in the YouTube. Some people will tell you, I don't want to do this in my house because I don't want. So if I come out here now, I'll start coming to show you, this is now my kitchen, this is my bedroom, this is the conservatory, this is my back garden, and this is where I want to do my video. Who cares? I don't want to know. See, if whatever you see, show us on YouTube, we see. If you don't want to show us, fine. I don't want to know. Who did this to us? Seriously? Yes, Nemozo. Who can only because this is just too much. Who did this thing to us? And the sad thing is that when you're trying to explain it to them, they don't get it. Even people, I'm not talking about uneducated ones, I'm talking about educated ones. When you're trying to explain it to them, they don't get it. You know what they normally tell me? If you stop, you have lived that abroad longer than you and your husband, you have lived abroad too long. So that abroad mentality is in your head. I said, no, I may have lived abroad too long, but I'm still a Nigerian, 110%. I'm still a human being, 110%. I'm not talking about abroad here. No, far from it. Be sensible and stop all this destroying your lives in the name of property. Why I'm asking who did this to us is that people that you think will reason with you are not reasoning with you. They are still reasoning like the others. That's why I'm asking, what is it? Somebody will pass away and they know exactly what happened to that person. The same thing that that person was doing that led to their passing, somebody else will still be doing it. It's so, I don't get it. If there's any way anybody can explain it to me, let them explain for me to understand, because I don't understand it. I really don't. The pressure is too much. Yeah? Competition is worst thing that can happen to anyone in life, and it's destroying people. This our friend, this one that happened to our friend. Between January and February, he was gone. All his organs failed. Makagine. Why? For what? Because of hatred of people. Okay, you say if they didn't build house, you'll be talking to them. They built house. From their penthouse, you can see Onitsha. And that's not enough for you. You still destroyed him. So what else? So why can't we be ourselves then? If you do this one, they're not happy. You do that one, they're not happy. So that goes to show that the person is to damn everyone and do what is good for you, your health, your family's health, your sanity, and damn every other person. But unfortunately, our people are not doing it. And some mothers, let me keep talking to I'm a mother with adult children. Some mothers are not helping. They're always telling they're putting their sons, I'm talking about sons here now, they're putting their sons under pressure, telling them about this person and about that person. That person came back the other day from Omugo, and their daughter, son-in-law, gave them this. This one gave them that, and I am nothing for me. Let me not even go about those in-law and Omugo and what is being given and everything. People are saying to me when my son had the baby, you go first now as the mother of the son, so that you don't miss your own. How do they say it in Igbo? And say these people. What is that one? That is what? Speak to me in a language I will understand. You go first. Before Nenke why what are they going to give me without being proud? What are they giving me? That kind of mentality. We all have different journeys, yes. You talk about all this showing off and all these people. We have different journeys. You hit the hell on the nail. Oyibo. You hit the nail. You hit the nail on the head. Eh? We all have different journeys. People should please stop. And if we can get it, in life, we won't be having problem in the families, husband and wife, we won't be having problem. With our society as a whole, we won't be having problem if we get it and know that we have different journeys. We have different bus stops as well. Haven't you entered this bus? The bus is here. You know, in the UK here. This bus stop, it's not Oshodi, oh wow. This one, oh wow. This one, no Oshodi, oh wow, or no Ajegunle. What you hear is the next bus stop is they announce it and they'll write it there. When it gets to that bus stop, one person or two people or five people will get down. And what happens? About 5 or 2 will get in. That is journey. That's what Nemos wrote there. We all have different journeys. That is how our journey goes. Some people will stop at one bus stop, others will join the same bus in that bus stop, and the bus will continue until it gets to its destination. And once it gets to its destination, other people he will start coming back again, and other people will join. That is journey. That is how life is. Just like that. I like that thing you wrote there, Nemoza. We have different journeys in life. We're not all heading to the same place. Rose lives in Finland. Linda lives in India. I live here in the southeast of London. We all have our different destinations and different journeys. What I want now, what now, what is bothering me now is not what is bothering AA. It's not what is bothering Musisi or Linda or Chisom. Chisom is in the building. Thank you so much for coming, my dear. It's not what is bothering Chisom. We all have our different things, stages in life, what is bothering us. Exactly. I know when they talk about this thing, yes, Hashem, both mothers can get along. Of course, mother and mother-in-law can get both plan and work together. Yes, that's exactly what in my own situation. What is all this? Work together. Who cares who goes first and who does that and who is giving whatever? That thing you give me, I can give it to your wife's mom. I don't mind. I'm not one of this. Not one of those things that people that one causes problem for people as well. Who comes and who goes and who does what and who gets on. And things that are not issue becomes an issue for people. Eh? I skipped you, Linda. What did you skip? What have I missed? Oh, Chisom, you missed a lot. You have to replay when you have time. You missed a lot. We said that we won't waste time today. It's now 17:28. I said we were going to spend an hour and a half. It's almost an hour and a half, but we can spend another half an hour, make it to round it up to 2 hours. I've dropped the link before. If anybody has anything to say, I have a lot to say today, but I go from one to the other because there are so many instances, there are so many examples to give of what people are doing, why they are destroying their lives, and they're not looking after themselves. They're not eating what they should eat. They don't even have time for themselves. They don't have time to go and check themselves up because they want to work and raise money, not to be comfortable where they are living, where they are, but to do things back home to please people. And that is what we are talking about today. Pleasing people, and sometimes it ends up in those people passing away. And some of those people passing away, there's no means of taking them home. And if there's means of taking them home, they only spend 10 minutes in that place. And you hear people saying, I'm coming to pay my last respect. In fact, that's even another thing. When people pass away, you have not even looked after them. You have not checked on them for ages. When they pass away, you come to pay your last respect. What does that mean in plain English? What does that mean in plain English? We are going to that funeral, or that man, that one that they brought back from London or wherever abroad they live. We are going, because now, it's abroad body that was brought home. So things from abroad may come, how the things will eat there. So we have to go. Let's just go and pay our last respect now. Yeah. Lack of wisdom. People are not wise at all. Don't let people come and pay you last respect. Oh, we don't need last respect, but people don't even understand that word. What does it mean? We are going to pay our last respect. Let me even talk about that. People will be very unwell, either your relatives. Let me talk about relatives now, not even friends, because friends, you don't owe them. Although you owe your friends to be there for them, but let me not even go too far. Let me talk about relations. Either your blood relations, your cousins, nieces, whatever, they are very unwell, and you know that they really need your support, but you don't have. They don't have anything to give. It's not like they are disturbing you all the time. I'm now talking about those who don't really disturb you a lot, but you know that they are in need, they are not well. They needed to be taken to hospital, but their own immediate family, their own children can't afford to do it. And they're soliciting for help to help us so that we can send mama or papa to hospital. Or we went to hospital, look at what they said that the bill is. If there's anything you can do to help us, that kind of help, if you have it, you help. But most people will not. But when the person passes away, they'll have money for flight. They'll have money for getting the best caterer. Make sure that everybody that come eats very well, because he has workers. It's a very important personality that just passed. Let us go and pay our last respect. Really? Okay. Last respect. You hear this all the time. You did not respect the person when they are alive. They told you that they are struggling to pay their hospital bill. So if you can afford to fly from abroad to go and pay them last respect, why did you not afford to help them out a little bit? That it may help them and they still pass away. That's beside the point. If you do that and maybe they pass away and you can't afford to fly home because you have exhausted all the money you have to support them, to care for that your relative, and you don't come home, it will be fully understandable. But these particular cases, some of these cases, the fact that they've been telling you you don't have the money, but when the person passes away, money comes out because you want to go home in person to pay your last respect. Last respect. Oh, you go. Okay. Because I don't need any last respect. If you know that respect you give me, give it to me when I'm alive. If anything happens to me and you come with your last respect, that will be your own last respect, not my own. Somebody is here. Thank you for coming to relieve me so I can have a drink of water now. I've been wanting to drink. Thank you for coming.
Evening, ma'am.
May people not come to pay our last respect.
Yes, so good
Thank you,
evening,
my
ma'am.
dear, for coming. Thank you. I really appreciate you coming up. Thank you. Versatileness, Francis.
I'm really enjoying the topic and everything you've been saying since about competition, pressure, family pressure, and everything. So
Yes.
the thing is too much amongst us Nigerians, or let me say even Igbos, because the pressure there is too much from our side.
Yes.
So you see, in a family, when people go out, like in a family, everyone wants their child or their own family to be better than their sisters or their brother's family.
Competition.
Immediately siblings start getting married and start having children. Naturally, that competition starts coming, start building gradually. You will start seeing, oh, I now have 2 children. You don't have anyone. I now have this one. You don't.
Right.
Naturally, you will see hatred will start building amongst a family that once had a lot of love and a lot of, like, they had each other's back. Once they start getting married and start doing well, this one has a better job, this one has, maybe this one is still struggling. Naturally, you will see they start building that hatred and everything. And once they start infusing that hatred to their children, this thing will start getting too stronger and stronger, that as in, you see a family, once you go to a family, this one will be telling you bad thing about this person. This one will be telling you bad thing about this person. Like, at the end, maybe none of them did anything bad to anyone. It's just that jealousy, that envy, that competition of we are better than you and stuff like that. It's too much back home. Let me take for instance, in my family, when you were talking about Omubo or something like that. So there was a time we are 3 girls. I'm the last girl. I have 2 other girls that are before me. So we gave birth at the same time, like within the same time that, let's say, our mom's supposed to go for Omubo within that period. So that was around COVID-19 period that there was no much movement and everything. So people at home, they started like kind of putting that idea into my mother's head, that why is she not going for Omubo? Like, the 3 of us gave birth or something, that others who their children are living abroad or are not in Nigeria, when they give birth, they used to go for Omubo abroad, and her mates have been going for Omubo abroad. Why is she still in the village or something like that? So you see, this woman, she will go to church, one person will say it. She will go to market, another person will, as in, they started building this this idea into her head that maybe start calling that. Look at people are now questioning her. They say that we are not doing well and things like that for
Mm.
us to bring her to where we are living to come for Mugo. So this village, the mentality there is, I don't know how to explain it. So when she was complaining, we told her to ignore all those talk that it doesn't have head, that it doesn't make any sense. That when we are ready to bring her for Mugo, we will definitely do that. She shouldn't let that their idea go into her brain or make it look like we are not doing well or we are failures. Others have been doing it for their parents and we can't do it. So stuff like that are not just good. I don't know how they get up with those ideas. I don't know how they come up with those ideas and everything, trying to make this woman start thinking too much or something like that. So we just told her to not
Mm.
allow those talk and the way these people reason affect her and stuff like that. Right now, my mom is currently in Canada right now with my elder sister. So after all the wait, the first child that they started disturbing her for is 3 years now. So
Mm.
she went when the child is 3 years. She still went for the hormone. So that's the most important thing. So we told her never to bother doing something immediately, like you do it immediately,
Mm.
like to please people. That there is nothing like pleasing people. The major thing is that you achieved it finally. Don't let anything, any competition,
That's
or
it.
anything bother you about that. The main cocoa is that after everything, you achieved that no matter when and
Yes.
as in how long it took. So
Yes.
that's what I wanted to share with
Yes.
you guys.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You're so spot on. That's time for everything. If it's not now, it will be later. Don't worry
Yeah.
about what people say. Because some people, because of what people say, they make all sorts of mistakes. We are not here to live for people. We are here to live for God, and for ourselves and what is convenient for us and our families. But unfortunately, people are not doing that. Thank you so much for what you just said about your mom and yeah. But these people in the village and everywhere, they don't mind their business anywhere. So they can never stop because it's part and parcel
Yeah.
of them. They just have to,
They
yeah, they can't stop.
even after everything, they will still find out something else to be
They'll find
talking
something
about.
else. Yes, they won't
That's the
stop.
thing.
So the best thing is to do you and what suits
That
you and your
yeah,
family. As
yeah,
for these people, they will still talk. So we have
yeah,
to avoid comparison. We have to avoid competition. That has come up in the charts here today. Comparison, competition, okochichom, all those things is what is destroying us, and that is what is costing us our lives, costing us our health. And yeah, thank you so much. I really appreciate your input here. I've dropped the link. If anybody else wants to say anything, oh, Mary Queen Longman is also in the building. I've been welcoming people by writing because Versatile Francis came to relieve me from talking. So I've been able to drink water and then welcome people by writing their names. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. If anybody else wants to come and talk, what we are talking about today, for people who are coming now, what we've been talking about today is basically how people are misplacing their priorities by thinking, not doing what we should do, always thinking of, oh, what will people say? And the main thing that brought us to this topic today is about people who are concentrating on building at home, who are abroad, and they are working themselves flat out to build at home. And because people are talking, you are abroad, you went before this person, or this person, look at what they have built, and people are doing all sorts. And we talked about some various horrible things people have do sometimes to get this money. And those people that you are comparing your own son or child with, you don't know what they have been doing to get this money, and so on and so forth. So that's what we're doing today, and we have given various examples. So for those who are coming now, because we'll be rounding up in the next 20 minutes, for those who are coming now, it's just a case of maybe if you have the time to replay to see some of the examples we have given today. And the fact that the bottom line is that we have to try and be ourselves. We have to avoid comparison. There's nothing like IBM or my mates or my friends or this person or that person, and also parents like me to stop comparing their children with other children and telling them what they're doing. Because if they tell you some of the things they are doing, you say, God forbid, if that is the case, remain as you are. If they tell you
That's true.
truly what some of them, not every one of them, some of them are genuinely making their money and doing what they've got to do, but some of them are getting this money in some other ways that you wouldn't want your son or your daughter or your child to get into. And we're talking about sons here because men are the ones that are getting married to women, but some women are also doing all sorts of things to get money. Some women in their own naha, they build mansions, they build houses. Some women not even married yet, and they're building these houses in their father's house. Do parents actually ask their daughters, Mom, where is this money coming from? Yeah? Where is this money coming from? You don't ask questions. Your daughter is not yet married, and she's not doing that kind of job that you think will give her the money to build such house. But because others are building and you want to have such a house, and you just allow your daughter or son to be building such houses without asking questions. So that's all that we have been talking today. It was 20 minutes. Yes, when you were here since 4 p.m. Yes, so we have been here since 4 p.m. So we have talked about various things. Yeah. I've dropped the link if anybody else has anything to say before we come to the time to
I'll
round
be
up.
going down to the comment section.
Thank you, my
Bye.
dear. Carlos Frances. It's nice to see your beautiful face as well. Thank you so
Thank
much
you,
for
ma.
coming. I appreciate. Thank you. I
Okay.
appreciate you. Thank you very much. Yes, so my lovely people, that's what we've been talking about today is the fact that we have to avoid competition. Those of you who are married, if your husbands are doing their best to help you at home, please, or to make ends meet. Hello, you see how money shut me up. You see how I can't even complete that sentence. You see how somebody had to remind me after I've talked about this morning, this thing I'm seeing now. See how I was talking about money. See how money just cut my sentence short. My people, did you people see that? I was in the middle of when you stop laughing. You see how money cut my sentence short immediately when I saw that red sign coming up. Hi, Chikunna. When it comes to Nemozo, all of you, you all know, this our little community here. None of you, nobody will start explaining to you who Nemozo is. But when it comes to her, we are all short of words anymore. We don't even know what to say anymore. It's like when she does these things, and she's that kind of person that when you even talking, it's like I can almost see her saying, you people should stop this. I wish I can just do this without you people even knowing that it was me. I can just feel her being that kind of person. I couldn't make it to your celebration. I have a newborn. Which celebration? Okay, you mean when I celebrated this channel last month? Okay, that's what you mean. Yeah, that was you had a newborn. You see? So Nemozo is a young woman. I remember sometimes people say to her, "Oh, thank you, ma. Oh, mom Nemozo, thank you, mom." And she will say to them, "I'm actually younger than some of you. I'm not that old. Just call me Nemozo." She had a new baby, my lovely people. Did you see that? She said that when I had my celebration last month, when I celebrated 1 year on this channel last month, that she had a new baby. Oh my God. Congratulations. Oh, God bless you for all you do for others. We love you and you are blessed. Oh, Nemozo. Oyibo will say, English people will say, "Oh, this has left a lump in my throat." That's how they say it. And I keep looking for that lump. I can't see it. When you say something like this, that Nemo just wrote here that is really so touchy. "Oh, this has left a lump in my throat." I'm like, Where is the lump then? I can't see it. Oh, Nemoza, thank you. Oh, you had a new baby. Wow, congratulations. Please, everybody, say thank you to Nemoza and congratulate her on the birth of her new baby. You see, anybody who is still in childbearing age is a young woman. That's why I remember her making that comment that day. She said, it's okay, just say Nemoza. I'm actually not that old. That's what she said. And I laughed when she made that comment. So I see. She had a new baby. I love babies. I guess going to my children. When is the next one coming? When is it? I just love babies so much. Congratulations and thank you so much. Thank you for all the blessings that you have been to us on this YouTube street as well. We really appreciate you so much. Everybody, we don't know much about you, but God knows about you. Was it in somebody's live stream I was on recently? We're just saying that there's no way, there's nothing we can do to thank you or appreciate you. That the only thing we can do is to genuinely be praying for you, for God to replenish your pocket. And that is all that we can do for you and nothing else, really, to be quite honest, because sometimes we are short of words. My people, am I telling lies? Sometimes we're short of words, don't even know what to say anymore to Nemozos, apart from genuinely praying for her. That's what I normally say to people when we have quite a few orphans that we are helping back in Nigeria. Sometimes some of them will do like a voice message and send to me and daddy. And when you read that message, our body is like melting, the things they say and the prayers, and that is enough for us. Sometimes it's not about will people pay me back, because it's not all about money. Sometimes that prayer goes a long way to help people. So please, in your private prayers, just remember Nemozo, and also thank God for her newborn baby, that everything went well and she's got her baby. And we thank God for that. And that's what we can do for her, because there's no way, if you see all that she does on this YouTube street, we can't pay her back. So all we can do, which is simple, is to genuinely, and I know what I mean by genuinely, because sometimes when you say to people to pray for people, I know when I say genuinely pray for people, I know what I mean. Let me not even go there. But let us, okay, I know that this family we have here will genuinely pray for her. And that is what I'm asking from every one of you. Thank you once again, Nemuza. So as we are saying, we have had lots of discussion. Versatile Nurse Frances has come up. Nemuza and the rest have been having their own contributions down here. And the bottom line from what we have discussed today is, expressing my views is still here. She was the first one when I started at 4 o'clock on the dot. She was the first person here, and she's still here. What do you call that? That's the thing. What do you call that? The support we are receiving on this street as a family, it's just too much. It's just too much. So I appreciate every one of you. My second and last, you only want to have two. You don't want to go up to 4 like us. She says my second and last. I don't blame you. To be quite honest, two is ideal. Especially, I don't know what you've got, but if it's a boy and a girl, at least you have one of each. Even if it's 2 boys, even if it's 2 girls, and you decide that you just want to have 2 children, stick with 2 children. Let me not even go to number of children now, because some of these issues we're having back home as well, people not looking after their health properly, is because people will keep having children. I know somebody who has been struggling with her husband, and they have a boy and a girl, and they live in Ajegunle. I'm not condemning anybody who lives in Ajegunle, but then Ajegunle, then face me, I face you. That's where they live. That's what I'm trying to say. How these people are not well to do. I'm not right saying that if you live at Ajegunle, please, disclaimer, don't say that Mami Face is talking about people who live at Ajegunle. No, I'm saying that's where they lived at the time. They didn't have anything. Face me, I face you. You know, one of her main problems, one of the bad things that people that she lived with told her, look at you, now only 2 pikin you go born. And she was crying that they are saying that she can't have more children. My people, I asked again, who did this to us? Somebody who is struggling, know how much people support them with those 2 children. And her neighbors in my face, me, I face you, where they live, are telling her, as a corner, that only 2 pikin you go born. And she was very upset. Look at Nemozo. I mean, from what she's doing for us here, you know that she's not struggling. She said that this is her second and the last. So that brought me to this topic. This thing, I just remember this lady now. Years past, she was so upset. She was complaining to me. Hey, Chineke, I don't know. And I said to her, and that is what is bothering you. I said, so even if God had opened your womb again now, it's because her own neighbors will say that she doesn't want anymore, obviously, because she just had to. That's her decision. But this other one, it wasn't her decision. Maybe God saw afar that she's not able to take care of these two, and God closed the thing himself. And this lady, they are telling her that only those people had about 4, 5, 6. Then you have akam with no milk, plain akam, we are giving to the children. In the name of I have 6 children. Who is bragging about children now? Who is talking about having more than 2 is ideal, one of each? If God blesses you, one of each. If not, if it's 2 of the same sex, thank God and move on. But this lady was crying that people were telling her that only 2 pikin you go born. So they are now, telling her off. Hey, I don't know. Sometimes I wonder, what kind of thing is this? When I look at our people sometimes and the way they reason and the things they say, they're so ignorant. You just wonder. And some people love a lot of children regardless of theirs. Yes, maybe because it's something that you can use to make it make sense to me why people want so many children, even if you can afford. But the people that can afford it are the ones that don't want too many. But those who can't afford are the people that wants to have many. They like to have too many children, but when the school is about to start, they start writing you that they have not paid the school fees. They have only been able to pay for 1. And the other 5 are still at home. They haven't paid the school fees. Now, come on. What does that mean? Is it my problem? I don't get it. And some are happy with 1 child and plenty more children. Exactly. There's never a happy medium. But people cannot be having so many children and asking people to pay school fees. I don't believe in that. Go and do family planning. You can't have 6 children and you're asking people for school fees. Who sent you? Even what you say here, other children will follow, more children will follow. They have to do family planning. If you do family planning, more children will not follow like that. That's the thing. So we have what we are talking about today, getting our priorities right, making sure that we have enough, the number of children we can train, because it's not the children's fault. When you have 6 of them, don't expect them to manage. Don't expect them to manage because it's not their fault that you brought them into the world. You have to do whatever you can to cater for them. But unfortunately, people are not doing that because they can't. But they are happy to just have children, and they're happy to tell others off for having only 2. Only 2 children. And I'll be crying because of that. That's our mentality. And it's so sad. Bless are the countryside. Thank you for coming. We have 5 minutes to go. We're spending 2 hours today. I wanted to spend an hour and a half, but we've been talking about various things. That's what has kept us. We are coming now, but you're still welcome to the house. You can replay later on if you can, to get an idea of what we are talking about. Bless are the countryside is in Ghana. Ghana and Nigeria, we are brothers and sisters. But I don't know whether there's any that is as worse as Nigeria. I'm sorry, my people. I'm from Nigeria. And as I say, even though I've lived in the UK more than I've lived in Nigeria, I am 110% Nigeria. And if I have my way tomorrow, and I mean tomorrow, I'll japa back to Nigeria. And I'm not saying that for saying sake. But the way things are now, I can't. So I love my country, but some of the things happening there, I just wonder, what I always say, the way you're reasoning the things, are you sure you're going to fit in when you get there? I say, well, or are you going to join them? I say, I'm not going to join them. The thing that they may not like me, because some of the things they say, I can't. I'm not one of those where, if you can't join them, if you can't beat them, you join them. No. I don't know whether I can fit in, because some of the things I don't understand it. And when you try to talk, they don't even want to see your own point of view. And some of them will tell you, that's how we do it here. That's how we do it here. So why do you expect that country or that place to change? When you said something exactly, people that can afford really don't have many. My MD has only one son. He has all the money, but some have 8, 9 and don't have the money. Thank you. They just keep having. Eh? And then you can come and be crying to somebody who has 2 or 1 that they can't pay school fees. Who sent you? Is it my problem? I don't get it. That bit I don't get. Honestly, why people would choose to have more than 2, 3, okay, 3, 4. Those of us who have 4 at that time, it's like you are large family, 4 children. There's 6 of us when they were growing up, 6 of us in the house. It's like mad house. It's like we are big. But to have then, so even now, people are having 2, maximum 3. So you can raise them up properly. So you don't keep suffering until you get to your other end. But people will just keep having children for having sake. Some ignorance and some lack of knowledge about family planning. I thought they teach family planning in antenatals in Nigeria. I thought they do. Or maybe you're talking about villages. How many of them go to antenatal? Some of them in the village don't even go to antenatal. You're telling them about family planning. Yeah, that's the thing. And then we can't live there. In our country now, stop it now. Scientific. Now our country now, we go run away. I want to jackpot back, but for what I'm seeing now, that's my jackpot is in the cooler. It's in the cooler. People are jackpotting over here. When they jackpot here, one of them was talking to us the other day. Say, hey, people told me. I even like him for being honest. He said people told me before I came, but I didn't think that they were serious. I said to myself, it can't be that bad. With one pound being 1,180 naira, it can't be that bad. He said that people told him. Now he wishes that he can jackpot back, but he said that he sold everything. That's another thing. I know we are rounding up, but that's another thing. People sell everything to come here. And this particular one was being very honest. He said, people told me. I'm not going to lie to you that I was not told. I was told, but I said it can't be that bad. With this exchange rate, let us go and see. He said that since he came here, that he has not had any quality of life. That he had, and even what he's doing, that he's using, there's something I don't want to say it here. It is not even coming directly to him. So it's what that person gives him that he takes. It's like living at the mercy of somebody, even though he's working himself flat out. He was honest. You see, and I said to him, you are the best person to be telling them, because people like me who have been here for years, or like AA, who was like, in fact, when AA talks, you think she's Oyibo because she was born here. People like that, they will not take us serious because we have been here for a long time. But I said to him, you have to be the person who a spokesperson for these other people who wants to japa. That is not that easy. Things were a lot better when we came over here than now. I say you are the best person because nobody, I know I've done some videos about this things in my channel, but they won't carry any weight because they think that you are talking like that because you have been there for a long time. But for you that just came, you are the best person to tell them. It's not what they think. It's not what they think. I've been using family planning, but it has been failing me. Really, gift. What kind are you? What kind of family planning are you using? Having said that, me that is here talking, my own failed. That's how I ended up with my last son actually, because I had a coil on. My coil failed because between my third and the last is 5 years. We actually wanted to stop at 3. Had 3 sons. I wanted a girl, obviously, like any other mother. And when the third one came, another boy, I said to myself, you know what? That girl that does not want to come after 1, 2, 3, stay where you are. Stay where you are, and I'll have a daughters-in-law later on in life. Anyway, that's how I just looked at it and moved on. And had the coil on, and after 4 years, obviously, after 4 years, the coil failed, and the baby came out with the coil in. I don't know what is where they said that the coil was wrapped in his body. I'm like, I said to her, you know, I would have sued them, you know, and get some money. So how can I have coil and and it failed. How can it fail? Why will it fail? Anyway, but when they said that it failed, when I became pregnant and it failed, I'm like, yes, maybe my daughter is coming now. Even with the coil, it failed and I'm pregnant. My daughter is coming. So I wasn't angry. I wasn't myself and Bobby weren't very bothered because after 4 years, we have finished. We had the coil on, deciding what next to do. The coil failed, another baby. Yes, my daughter is coming. Lo and behold, scan. I've given off everything. When you see my baby, my fourth and last baby, you think it's a first child because we've given away everything because we wanted to stop at 3. And then we've given away everything. That's my baby calls, everything. I don't want to see any baby thing, so I'm not tempted to have any other baby. Everything was given away, including the baby cot. Lo and behold. So I'm telling this story because Gift said that her own, so it can fail because I can't be here telling this what it has happened to me. So when I had my last son, you think it's a first child because everything that he wore was brand new. We already planned our American holiday to see my sister. This is my sister Nan. We went to her because she was in America then. We went to her, visited her mother sister-in-law in Miami. Everything that he wore was bought in America. It was summertime. Everything was so cheap. We bought everything here and started afresh with a new baby. And that was the only first time I ever did a scan to ask them what is the sex of this baby. Others, I didn't care. And they said it's a boy. And like, you people are joking, no? I had coil on and this baby is coming. It's my girl that I was preventing from coming that forced her way to come. And they said, no, mom, he's another boy. And they showed me. And I'm like, you're not. I say, okay, but it may not be correct. And my husband say, yeah, sometimes they can make mistakes. I say, let us not fool ourselves. They don't. If they're making mistakes, they won't tell you. If they are not sure, they won't tell you. But they told us twice. It's another boy. Anyway, so I started planning for another boy. My husband said, just buy unisex. It might be a girl. They may make mistake. I'm like, okay, whatever. Anyway, we went to America. I bought all the boys' things. So when he was coming, and they were like, oh, look at the curly hair. It may be your baby girl. It may be that we got it wrong. I said, don't worry about the curly hair. All my boys had very lovely curly hair. So if it's the hair, don't worry. And he came out, lo and behold, another boy. And we thank God. So what am I trying to say? So after that mistake, did I allow that mistake to make again? No. I said, so coil can fail. Coil, you can fail. Okay. We have another means of stopping you. So I wouldn't go there and wait for another coil to fail me. So one mistake, yes, but if it keeps happening, find another way. There are other ways. I know. Can you imagine how they did me abracadabra? Where's my Spicy? I think she's busy. Yeah, Spicy is busy. Abracadabra. Abracadabra is busy. That's why she's not here. And she did tell me. I know why she's not regular here. So yeah, they did me abracadabra. I thought they said that it's going to, and I was waiting for that. My girl that just escaped the coil is coming, and it's another boy. So if it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be. Did I say, okay, I want a girl by all means, and I go and try number 5 and maybe number 6? No, I behave myself because every child is a child, So please, when that mistake happens, so Gifts, you are the one that made me to start going into this discussion now because Gift talked about her making that mistake and her own failing. Yeah, that's what made me to tell this story of my youngest son. Yeah. Many don't go for antenatal. That's the thing. But money, Bible say we should go into the world. Only go into the world and multiply. Be multiplying. And that's why people will have 10. They call it a bolu because they have 10 children. No one sent me at all. It was a blessing from God. And I expect NGOAA to take care of them. Oh my God. Yeah, wisdom now. Tying of the womb is not a great option. Tying of the womb. No, I didn't do that. So what did I even do after that one failed? Not much. I didn't tie the womb. That one, people do it, but I didn't do that. We did other things. 1% failure is there. In which one? In tying of the womb? Now, so some people they quote yes, go and multiply, and people will just be having children or anyhow that they can't afford. Say you should go and multiply. Mm-mm. Go and not only multiply. I'm tired of UK too, but I would rather jackpot to Spain or jackpot to Spain or Malta. That place is too hot. We are kind of being hot here. I want to go to Spain. We've been on Spain on holiday a few times, and I can only go there on holiday. It's too hot. It's damn hot. Spain. I haven't been to Malta. Some baby will come out with coin in their hand. Yes, mine did. I think they said this was in his thumb. Yeah, that's what happened. Or either his thumb or his big toe. One of them. They said that where it was. It was. Yeah. Oh, Beatrice. Beatrice is in the building. Where did you come in? I didn't notice. Maybe when I was talking too much about my story. Beatrice, you're welcome. I think Beatrice is from Kenya. Oh, no, they're not from Ghana. It's from Kenya, I think. You're welcome to the house. We are rounding up now. We have talked a lot. People who are late, if you can replay to see what we have said today. Their FP. Family planning failed. Yeah, family planning can fail. As I said, I've just told you the story of mine. It can fail. But at least let them try. Let the person be that they've tried and it failed. But some of them don't try anything. Some of them don't try. They said that there's one woman here. Now, Oyibo, that one shocked me. Oyibo had 11 children and they're all one. I said, Jenny, why are you having so many children? He said that she doesn't believe in a family plan, that it's just God that gives. And you ask her the number of children, she will never tell you the number. She said you don't count children. Oyibo proper. 11, 1. At a point, she was having a baby and her first daughter also got married and was having a baby. I'm like, why are you doing this to yourself? And she had 11. She stopped at 11. Yeah. So I saw Igbo, yeah. So some people are like that. They just want to keep having children. Spice Abatawa, what is all this hiding? Where are you? Yeah, I think I think I fairly understand why she's not here. She's quite busy with something. So I know why she's not here. Hopefully by next time she will be less busy today. Musisi, go and drag her away from the corner where she's eating apple. I think she has already finished eating her apple, but something else is holding her. Malta is beautiful and very hot, but their heat is different. Okay. We've been to Portugal, we've been to Spain, Costa Blanca, but we have never been to Malta. Okay, that would be a good one. She for complete, I'm 15 or 20. Exactly, Rose. Yeah, she had 11. Oyibo, pure Oyibo. She's just having children. And she just takes it all in her stride. You won't even know that she has 11 children. How she organizes them and how she does that, I don't know. It doesn't. All the time you see her, she'll be laughing. Jenny, how do you do it? She just laughing. The children, when you come to her house, everywhere is she just like how the chicken has so many children running after her, and she just loves it. Each time I look at her and her children, I'm like, this woman. Yeah, some people are like that. Anyway, my neighbor have 14. Okay, and one. So 14 times. Or is there any twins? So I'll become pregnant. Me, I just did it 4 times. To me, it's like having four times. It was too much for me. But 14. Is it 1, or were there any twins in between? I would like to know. If somebody can do 14, is it 14 children, 1, or were there sets of twins? When you let us know. Were there sets of twins? If you come to Jenny's house, this Oyibo lady with 11 children, I don't know how she does it though. I don't know how she does it. Because her first 2, 1, 2, 3. Yes, the first 3 were girls. Then the next 3 were boys. Those 3 girls, the way she trained them, the way come to Jenny, you know she has 11 children. All you see is all these things moving around like all these things. Some of them are so close together. Some of them are look like twins, but they're all one. I don't know how she does it or how she did it, but because they're all grown. Some of them were my children's friends. Some of them always come over. They follow us to the movies sometimes, because she doesn't allow them to go to anybody's house as such, because she's this one of these Christians that don't have TV in their house and don't do this and don't do that. That's another thing. The other side of parenting, she overparented by not allowing them to do this. She only allowed them to go to something. In fact, that movie that she allowed her son to go with us, she has to know what is the movie saying. What I said, you don't even trust us. You think that we're going to go to movie, take our children to a movie that is not appropriate. That's the type of mother she was when they were growing up. But she overparented and he boomeranged with some of them. Some of them were like, this country now, they get to a certain age, they're like, I'm not having any of this. And it became an issue. Yeah, she overparented them. She didn't want them to do this, want them to do that, and so on. So there's no one way of parenting children, but you just have to do what seems right to you. But as for raising them up and taking care of them and the house, she was obviously stay-at-home mom. The husband was the only one that worked, and because husband was the only one that worked, they have to check the number of children in the house. The council, most of the time, was the one catering for their accommodation, and they gave them bigger houses because of the number of children, and also supplemented for them to be able to. So they were okay. But as for bringing them up and managing them, she did so well. And I was just applauding her. I said, I have 4, and I'm tearing my hair out. I don't know how you did it with 11, but she did. Yeah, she did. Yeah. 3 is too much for me. Yes. Yeah. What did Oni say? One set, 14. So no twins. Oh, one set of twins. Okay. One set of twins. Okay. So that means 13 pregnancies then. Hey, what do you 13 pregnancies? Yeah, she keeps the house tidy. Her house is very tidy. You see the toys all over the place, but when it comes to keeping tidy, but she doesn't go to work. She just that kind of woman. Some people are so laid back. She's a laid back type of woman. She's always smiling as well. You're always smiling, so nothing phases you. She's always smiling, and these children were just all over her and everything. Yeah, she did it. She did it. Okay, my lovely people, we have spent 2 hours, and I think we have had enough. We have talked about some, serious matters here today, and we have obviously joked and laughed as we normally do in this live stream. And I appreciate you all being here. Thank you so much, everyone. Don't joke with this word. Oh my God. I'm still waiting to come to Uganda. You're holding me. Oh, you're holding me. So you have to tell me when I come to Uganda. So Musisi, Linda, let me start from bottom to call names as I round up. Onyis TV. There's a politician, doctor, lawyer, army. Now one build this house for her. So she has all sorts of people in the house. Oh, another super chat from Musisi, aka Olaleka. I don't call him Chinedu anymore unless he does something to do like an Igbo man. Now it's only Olaleka, but that's the one he prefers. He prefers your name, so let us stick with that one. Musisi, aka Olaleka, thank you so much for this amazing super chat. I appreciate. Musisi is my member, and he's also a super chatter today, as well as Nemuzo. Thank you so much. And I saw Annie's Insight earlier on. Annie Insight is one of my members, as well as Gores, Gores expressing my views. It's also one of my members on this channel. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, Versatile Nurse Frances, for coming up to share your views with me this evening. I appreciate you so much. Oni TV, thank you. Thank you so much. Rose, thank you. Linda Nenya, I know it's getting late over there where you are in India. Thank you so much for being here. Bless at the countryside. Thank you. And other people in the background, I thank you all. Beatrice Wanjiru, thank you for coming. And my Spicy was here before, but I know something is happening in the background that is holding her. I fully understand. And Gift Honor her, thank you for coming. My sister Nen was here earlier on. I appreciate you, Jono, who was here earlier on as well. Thank you, every one of you, for being here today. and for your usual support. I do not take it for granted. I appreciate each and every one of you for attending today. Next Sunday, by the grace of God, we are going to be in Ifechi family. We're going to have some things coming up again that we need to talk. Some of these things are not new. Hi, remember. Hi. Udi support I ain't from on this YT street. If anybody say we go stop YT, how we go stop YT when we have non-YouTube members like Nemozo, like AA, like who else, like my sister Nen, and other people. I'm just talking about the non-YouTubers here now. Never mind the normal YouTubers. Nemozo is my new member on this channel as well. Onye ka m bụzi? My people, biko kenebe ya. Amazi m nke a na-ekene. I haven't stood up to dance today. Ngwa, kenegwa ya agba. Ana m eche egwu because I'm waiting for dance now. Who will tell me egwu ya agba now? Because we need to dance before I finish. Gini, with this super chat, then I will call my member. E deserve egwu. Ngwa. Kene na ebe ahụ ebido egwu. Rose, ị na-amụ egwu Igbo rinne bidolu m egwu. I have to dance, but I'm waiting for the dance. Where is the proper dance to dance now? Onye nwe egwu dị elu m ofu egwu m ga-agba dị a nke m ga-agụ nkwa o. The one I can sing. Let me sing and dance. Hey, how nke m note kịta ọgbafuola m n'obi o. I remembered one now. You don't run away from me. I have to dance. Nne m ụzọ egwu ga-abịa kịta. Anyị agba egwu. This one will not be for nothing. 1 minute. Hey, let me see you. Oh la la la, Bugao. Let me see you. Bugao. Let me. I don't even know how to sing it now. All I know is let me see you. Oh la, let me see. Oh la la la, Bugao. Let me Bugao. Let me see you. Bugao. Lemosa, thank you. Mommy, when we were small, I used to dance a lot when I was small. And I don't know, I we're watching. You see, the small girl in me is coming out now because of this membership. And this super chat from Musisi and Nemozo. My baby girl nature is coming out. I think I see a chill. Oh, lo, Bugao. Let me, Bugao. Let me see you, Bugao. Let me see you. Big on. I am letting go for today. We are almost closing. When Nemoza hit me with her membership. So Buga Dance now started. Thank you, everyone. God bless you all. Thank you. Every one of you have mentioned all your names. If I have not mentioned your name and you're in the background, thank you so much. He said I should go low. I can't go low now. I'm tall. If I'm shorter, when I'm dancing, I can go lower. But because when you're tall, isn't it? Tall people don't go too low when they're dancing. That's one thing about being tall. When you're shorter, when I see those shorter people, when they're dancing and they go very low, I love it. I can't go that low. You are such a vibe. Yes, Rose, now that kind of vibe and making me feel like one of you. That's what is keeping me like this. We went to visit somebody yesterday. The person was shouting, saying, "Mommy, what is going on?" I said, "What is going on where?" Say, "What? I haven't seen you for 5 years. Look at how you're looking." I say, "Yes." Who wants to go get old? Yeah, she's a sweetheart. She is. Oh, my sister is still here. Interesting session. Then I didn't know she's still here. I know she's busy getting ready for tomorrow because tomorrow is work, isn't it? And for teachers, sometimes they have to get this get that prep over the weekend before the next day. The song says go low. Okay, the song that says go. Okay, says go low. I don't even know how to. All I know is that let me see you. Oh la la, Bugao. Let me. Don't worry. Something will be happening toward end of this year. I won't tell you anything. All you're going to be seeing me is bugaring. Buga. on my channel. It will all be coming on my channel. Don't worry. Yeah, that's when people will rate me whether I know how to dance or not. Then it will be more than Buga dance that time. Thank you so much, everyone. Once again, we have to stop now. By the grace of God, I'll see you all in Ifechi family next week, Sunday, same time, 4 p.m. UK time. Thank you, everyone, for coming. We've already prayed before we started this session. The prayer follows everyone. And whatever it is that you are looking for this week that we are starting today, provided it is in God's will, it will come to pass. Goodbye, everyone, and God bless. I appreciate you all. Thank you. I'm so happy. When we come to this live stream every Sunday here, I look forward to it because of the type of fun that we have. Thank you. Yes. God will continue to. As I said before, all we owe Nemozo is prayers. We don't fully know her, but we know her. It's like we are seeing her all the time here. And all we can do for her is to genuinely pray for her and leave the rest to God. Yes, Musisi, thank you so much. Bye, everyone. Thank you, each and every one of you. Have a blessed week. Whatever you're doing that is in the will of God will come to pass. God bless you all. See you in my midweek videos and also the next live stream next week, Sunday. Bye. A gift, yes. Bye, everyone. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye. Good. Oh, Nurse Julia is G. You are coming and we are saying hello and we are saying goodbye. We have spent 2 hours and how many minutes now? I can't remember. Yeah, we are just going, Nurse Julia is G. But thank you for coming. What you can do for us will be to replay the live stream. We have talked about very important issues here today to do with, Nurse Julia Ezeji. I love looking at her channels as well to see what she does in her workplace in the hospital. Yes, thank you so much. You can do a replay to see what we have discussed today. Yeah, I will appreciate that. We have to clean the class. Yes, the teacher is rounding up, the teacher is finishing, and the captain of the class, Musisi, is going to clean the class and keep it tidy for next week, Sunday. Same time, but Ifechi family. Looking forward to seeing you all. I look forward to these live streams, and I'm sure you all do. I was busy with the exams. Okay, preparations. Okay, Nurse Julia, the exam, all that you have studied, God will give you retentive memories. Yeah, you go. God will give you retentive memory, and you are going to do well in that exam. Okay, but when you have time, you can replay the live stream to see what we have discussed today. Okay. Okay, your assistant monitor. So Musisi wants you to stay behind to help him with cleaning the class. You're saying Odaro. He's saying that you should wait to help in cleaning the class, and you're saying Odaro. So you're not going. Yeah, that's what he said. He's saying, I will replay. Okay, thank you so much, my dear. Thank you, and all the best in your exam. Okay, just do your best and leave the rest to God, and you will come out in flying colors. Okay, my dear. Bye, everyone. God bless you and bless everything that you put in your hands in this week. Bye-bye. And I'm signing off now. Me and Spicy stayed one time here cleaning the class. And these people will kill me. Yes. So today is only Musisi that will be behind then, because you and Spicy stayed behind the other day. Okay, I'm signing off now. Bye, everyone. Oh, dear. Bye.